How's it hanging? It's Web Studios here. I'm Reed.
And I'm Jax.
And welcome back to another video.
Today's video is going to be a bit different. We are going to be reviewing this action figure. This is the new red and blue suit, or the final swing suit from Spider-Man No Way Home.
We got this from the Tamashii Nation store in Times Square. Now, when we went to Times Square, we took a lot of photos. However, a lot of those photos we can't really show you guys just yet because they kind of spoil some stuff that we have planned for the channel. But we are really excited and really passionate about some of the stuff that we've done with that.
This action figure costs $79.99 plus tax, and there was no shipping costs since we actually went to Times Square to buy it in person.
We'll see if that really high price is actually worth it later in the video, because $80 is a lot to spend on an action figure, so we'll see if it really justifies that price. Alright, with all that background info out of the way, we can finally unbox and take a look at this thing.
This is the box that it comes with. I think it looks very good. It's a very Spider-Man themed box. I really like the lines on the sides that separate the red and the blue. They kind of help to make it look like an actual Spider-Man suit, even though it's just the box. The back of the box shows some of the poses that you can get into, as well as a lot of the blabbery bits of it that are just stuff that you kind of probably don't need to know. This side shows another pose that you can get him into where he's actually swinging, and it showcases some of the great arm flexibility on the figure. Now that we've looked at the box, let's go ahead and open this up and check out the figure that's inside.
We just opened the box. This is a look at everything he comes with. He comes with 5 sets of hands in total, 4 of which are alternate hands. He comes with 2 heads. He also comes with whatever this thing is. He comes with 4 webs, but we may have lost one along the way. Let's get these accessories out of here and take a closer look at them. So, these are all the accessories outside of the package. These are the relaxed hands. These are the thwipping hands. These are the gripping hands. These are the wall crawling hands, and finally these are the fists. This figure does also come with 2 alternate heads. Personally, I think that they look more like a comic book head than they do like an MCU head. Obviously, the MCU head is very accurate to the John Romita Sr. comics, and I think that these heads do that perfect justice. I absolutely love these heads, and you could easily put them on a comic book figure if you wanted.
Here's the actual figure. We're going to be talking about some of the details. The web lines on this suit I think look very good. They're a little bit indented, and there's a decent amount of paint in there. The blue, of course, on this suit is a big highlight, as it is extremely shiny. I really do think that it does a good job of replicating the end scene of the movie, where the suit did seem to be very shiny. The web lines also continue down to the boots. There's a nice curvature here that helps to outline his calf and make the boots look like actual boots and not just socks. The lenses on this figure are very nice. They have little indents in there to help make it look like the actual moving lenses from the movie. The front spider here is, of course, 3D, and it does pop out from the chest very nicely. I think it adds a lot of detail, and it is a very good representation of the spider from the movie. The back spider is also the same. However, when you move the back, part of the spider starts to come out as well, because they decided to remake the spider again to try to cover up that articulation, which I don't think was the best idea. Another key part of the design here is this belt. For some reason they added this weird red stripe, which does not make a lot of sense to me. I guess they were just trying to make the belt look more accurate, but I don't think it really worked, and I don't think that it did a good job. Another gripe I have with this is that there's a big red joint here. Now, I understand that you want to have good posability, but this is just the wrong red, and it doesn't match anything else, and I just think it makes it look a lot worse. Another gripe I have with it is just how many joints are visible. You're going to have joints when you're having an action figure, but I think that the amount of joints that are visible is just a little bit too much, especially in this hip zone. There's just so many around here, and I think it kind of breaks up the continuity of the figure. With all that out of the way, let's finally get on to the posability.
So the articulation in this figure is by far what you're paying mostly for. The articulation is absolutely fantastic. You have such great mobility on the head. I mean, you can look completely up, you can look completely down. You have butterfly joints in the shoulders, you have shoulder swivel, you have elbow joints, you have wrist pivot and ball joints there. The crotch is an interesting looking, I don't really know what's going on there. I wish that they would have made it look a little bit more smooth, maybe a little bit more like it's spandex and less like that, it does create really, really good posability. You can see some of this stuff in there. Knee bend and toe joints, including ankle pivot. Simply put, this figure has just astounding articulation that almost blows any other Spider-Man out of the water on the market right now. However, I'm not entirely sure if it's worth $80 just yet.
Now let's do a comparison between the SH Figuarts Spider-Man and a bunch of other action figures of a similar scale. Here is the Spider-Man with the Marvel Legends Civil War Spider-Man. Here he is with Marvel Legends Peter Parker. And if you guys are wondering, we can place the head on there, but we can't actually attach it. Here he is with Marvel Legends Iron Man, and as you can see, Iron Man is a lot taller. Here he is with a Marvel Legends Mysterio, and personally, I think they look very good together. Here he is with Lego Mock Spider-Man. As you can see, he is a lot taller. Here he is with Lego Spider-Man, the absolute GOAT. Of course, Lego Spider-Man blows him out of the water in every way. The printing, the colors, the posability, everything is just better on the Lego Spider-Man, but this guy is trying.
As you can see with some of these comparisons, he is a little bit of a smaller figure. I still think that he personally scales really well with most 6-inch or 1 to 12 scale figures. So honestly, I think that it looks absolutely great, especially because Tom Holland is 5'8", so it doesn't really make sense for him to be super tall with these other guys. The big question though is this figure worth $80? $80 is a lot of money, especially for an action figure. But honestly, I think that if you are ever going to spend $80 on one Spider-Man figure, it might as well be this one. It's absolutely beautiful. The printing is fantastic. It has a little bit more detail than you would see on a comic book figure, but it's still super faithful. The colors are very, very striking. It's honestly a fantastic figure, and it is just such a nice thing to look at. In fact, we like this so much that you guys can probably expect to see this in almost every single one of our videos in the background now. I really recommend it to any Spider-Man fan who just wants the ultimate Spider-Man figure.
If you guys made it this far into the video, make sure to check out our Patreon and our Instagram in the description below.
Also, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. And remember, with great power comes great responsibility.
Have a nice day.